Hi there, my name is Joe Underhill and I work at Augsburg University. I'm the director of the River Semester program that's been taking students out on the Mississippi starting way back in 2000, but starting in 2015 with these longer trips down the Mississippi River as part of a full semester program. And I'm looking forward to sharing some stories and observations, reflections on our experiences with some of the river professionals we meet and work with along the way. Um, so by the numbers, you'll see it's we take a diverse group of students, somewhere 12 to 16 each time, a couple field staff, a couple faculty, and then we get lots of guest speakers and lecturers, including many representatives of some of the river-related professional fields along the way. Students can choose from 6 different courses, mostly environmental studies, political science, some natural science, but we're more on the social science and humanities side of things. Students all do independent studies, research projects that relate to their particular fields, and they've been across the board. And they have the opportunity to do internships and even some work study. So we spend about 100 days going downstream, so it's a really long, we really get to immerse yourself and get to know the Mississippi River and its many, many different faces and phases and stretches of it. We do go source to sea, but we don't paddle the whole way. We do about 1,000 miles depending on the year and the weather, whether the river's flooding. We've had some challenging years in terms of weather conditions. And we have to bring we're self-contained, we bring all of our stuff with us. So students are learning about how to do organization of a large field-based expedition and set of courses and research projects. So that's a lot of what they're getting introduced to there. We stay in lots of different places, mostly camping, sometimes in people's backyards. This is at a friend's house in Baton Rouge, but we stay usually in hostels when we're in towns, some research stations, even on a dredge boat right down in Dubuque. So we work primarily with wilderness inquiry. We have over the last, say, 10 years. They're outfitter based in the Twin Cities, but we also have connected with Big Muddy Adventures in St. Louis, and then down south with Quapaw Canoe Company that's started and run by this guy, John Ruskey, who's one of the most knowledgeable people about the river that we know. So certainly a kind of river professional of a sort there, and just a very wise, great creative person. So anyhow, he's a great teacher for us when we're on the lower river. We are, however, going to be moving to self-outfitting this coming fall. We'll be building some new boats, actually trimarans with a sail rig. That's just an improvement over the boats we've used in the past. Allows us to take advantage of the wind when we have it. Also more stable, safer out there, can't tip these things over, more cargo capacity, etc. So anyhow, so that'll be a project for this summer. And so in terms of our interactions along the way, those take various forms, but they can include obviously educational, also data gathering, sort of helping out with some of those field surveys, some service projects, small, but I think it's part of it. But probably the main thing I think in terms of our interaction with some of the organizations and professionals we meet is that this is a chance to connect a diverse group of students, many of whom don't have a lot of experience out in the field this way, and hopefully gets them thinking about these careers and working in this field in the future. And a number of our students have moved on to that. One of the big, probably most obvious groups we interact with is the Army Corps of Engineers, which is just by far the largest presence on the river, both in terms of all of the locks and dams and other engineering projects, including like the Old River Control down in Louisiana, Mississippi area. So, and we interact with these professionals as well, a lot of barge captains, big freighters down below below Baton Rouge, we get into ocean going traffic. So that's something we talk with them and interact and make sure that we're staying clear of them. But then probably most significantly, it's working with Fish and Wildlife, the USGS, the DNR, in, learning from them, having good conversations, learning about their work in various kinds of habitat restoration projects along the way. And this is National Park Service down in Louisiana. And we also work with indigenous communities and learn about traditional ecological knowledge. This is at Prairie Island, the Mdewakanton Prairie Dakota community there, who've done both buffalo, raising a buffalo herd there, and some floating marsh projects and things that we have connected with them around. We do some small service projects. There was some tree planting, a few other things we've done along the way that is helped, kind of a nice hopeful thing for students, gives them a sense of purpose and agency. This coming fall, I think we'll be connecting with this United Nations Environmental Program project that is a survey of plastics pollution along the way. So using that for tracking that and feeding that into a big, citizen science initiative. We've done some other survey work with local agencies, like some bird banding and mist netting, and some fish surveys, some mud, sediment sampling, things like that along the way. But as I said, main thing for us has been the way in which this experience really connects students to the river, makes them passionate about it, makes them care about it, makes them want to continue to be part of it. Nice quote here from one of the students, really about how this has had a pretty significant impact on them. So anyhow, thanks for listening. Look forward to some more discussion after we're finished here.